morning, everyone. It is Saturday, August 23rd. It's about 4 p.m. West Coast time. I want to talk about the FBI raid on former Trump National Security Advisor John Bolton's house yesterday, and I want to talk about some things related to that. First, I'm going to read something to you. I'm reading from a document dated July 27th, 2023, in the case of United States of America versus Donald Trump, relative to his theft of, concealment of, and obstruction relative to his possession of classified documents. The entire basis for the search warrant yesterday that was executed at John Bolton's house was that he retains classified documents or classified information related to a book that he wrote after he left the Trump administration in 2020. So, reading from the document. Paragraph 1, Defendant Donald John Trump was the 45th President of the United States of America. He held office from January 20th, 2017 until January 20th, 2021. As President, Trump had lawful access to the most sensitive classified documents and national defense information gathered and owned by the United States government, including information from the agencies that comprise the United States intelligence community and the United States Department of Defense. The classified documents I skipped a paragraph. Over the course of his presidency, Trump gathered newspapers, press clippings, letters, notes, cards, photographs, official documents, and other materials in cardboard boxes that he kept in the White House. Among the materials Trump stored in his boxes were hundreds of classified documents. 3. The classified documents Trump stored in his boxes included information regarding defense and weapons capabilities of both the United States and foreign countries, United States nuclear programs, potential vulnerabilities of the United States and its allies to military attack, and plans for possible retaliation in response to a foreign attack. The unauthorized disclosure of these classified documents could risk the national security of the United States, foreign relations, the safety of the United States military and human resources, and the continued viability of sensitive intelligence collection methods. 4. At 12 p.m., January 20th, 2021, Trump ceased to be president. As he departed the White House, Trump caused scores of boxes, many of which contain classified documents, to be transported to the Mar-a-Lago Club in Palm Beach, Florida, where he maintained his residence. Trump was not authorized to possess or retain those classified documents. 5. The Mar-a-Lago Club was an active social club which, between January 2021 and August 2022, hosted events for tens of thousands of members and guests. After Trump's presidency, the Mar-a-Lago Club was not an authorized location for the storage, possession, review, display, or discussion of classified documents. Nevertheless, Trump stored his boxes containing classified documents in various locations at the Mar-a-Lago Club, including a ballroom, a bathroom, a shower, an office space, his bedroom, and a storage room.
Hello guys, welcome back to my social commentary. I hope you all are doing good anywhere we are watching this video. And if this is your first time of coming across our video, do well to give it a thumbs up and tell us what you think about the video in the comment section. Breaking news: the FBI has raided the Maryland home and Washington DC of the former officer of the National Security Advisor John Bolton. The searches conducted this morning are a part of an ongoing criminal investigation into an alleged mishandling of classified information. But agents were seen removing buses from Bolton residence in Bethesda, Maryland, while local police blocked all entrance to his street. This investigation reportedly stems from Bolton allegedly emailing classified information to his family members. So without wasting much of your time, let's dive straight into the video. Tell us what you think about this video in the comment section.
Paragraph 1, Defendant Donald John Trump was the 45th President of the United States of America. He held office from January 20th, 2017 until January 20th, 2021. As President, Trump had lawful access to the most sensitive classified documents and national defense information gathered and owned by the United States government, including information from the agencies that comprise the United States intelligence community and the United States Department of Defense. The classified documents I skipped a paragraph. Over the course of his presidency, Trump gathered newspapers, press clippings, letters, notes, cards, photographs, official documents, and other materials in cardboard boxes that he kept in the White House. Among the materials Trump stored in his boxes were hundreds of classified documents. 3. The classified documents Trump stored in his boxes included information regarding defense and weapons capabilities of both the United States and foreign countries, United States nuclear programs, potential vulnerabilities of the United States and its allies to military attack, and plans for possible retaliation in response to a foreign attack. The unauthorized disclosure of these classified documents could risk the national security of the United States, foreign relations, the safety of the United States military and human resources, and the continued viability of sensitive intelligence collection methods. 4. At 12 p.m., January 20th, 2021, Trump ceased to be president. As he departed the White House, Trump caused scores of boxes, many of which contain classified documents, to be transported to the Mar-a-Lago Club in Palm Beach, Florida, where he maintained his residence. Trump was not authorized to possess or retain those classified documents. 5. The Mar-a-Lago Club was an active social club which between January 2021 and August 2022 hosted events for tens of thousands of members and guests. After Trump's presidency, the Mar-a-Lago Club was not an authorized location for the storage, possession, review, display, or discussion of classified documents. Nevertheless, Trump stored his boxes containing classified documents in various locations at the Mar-a-Lago Club, including a ballroom, a bathroom, a shower, an office space, his bedroom, and a storage room. On 2 occasions in 2021, Donald Trump showed classified documents to others as follows. In July 2021 at Bedminster, his golf club, during an audio recorded meeting with a writer, a publisher, and 2 members of his staff, none of whom possessed a security clearance, Trump showed and described a plan of attack that Trump said was prepared for him by the Department of Defense and a senior military official. Trump told the individuals that the plan was highly confidential and secret. Trump said, "As president, I could have declassified it. Now I can't, so it's still a secret." In August of 2021 at Bedminster Golf Club, Trump showed a representative of his political action committee who did not possess a security clearance a classified map related to military operations and told the representative that he should not be showing it to the representative and that the representative should not get too close. On March 30th, 2022, the Federal Bureau of Investigation opened a criminal investigation into the unlawful retention of classified documents at the Mar-a-Lago Club. The federal grand jury investigation began the following month, in April of 2022. The grand jury issued a subpoena requiring Trump to turn over all documents with classified markings. Trump endeavored to obstruct the FBI and grand jury investigations and conceal his retention of classified documents by, among other things, A, suggesting that his attorney falsely represent to the FBI and grand jury that Trump did not have documents called for by the grand jury subpoena. B, directing defendant Walt Nauta to move boxes of documents to conceal them from Trump's attorney, the FBI, and the grand jury. C, suggesting that his attorney hide or destroy documents called for by the grand jury subpoena. D, providing the FBI and grand jury with some of the documents called for while claiming he was cooperating fully while keeping other documents. E, causing certification to be submitted to the FBI and grand jury, falsely representing that all documents called for by the subpoena had been produced, while knowing in fact that not all such documents had been produced. F, attempting to delete security camera footage at the Mar-a-Lago Club to conceal information from the FBI and grand jury. 8, as a result of Trump's retention of classified documents after his presidency and refusal to return them, hundreds of classified documents were not recovered by the United States government until August of 2022 as follows. On January 17th, nearly 1 year after Trump left office and after months of demands by National Archives and Records Administration for Trump to provide all missing presidential records, Trump provided only 15 boxes, which contained 197 documents with classification markings. B, on June 3rd, in response to a grand jury subpoena, Trump's attorney provided to the FBI 38 more documents with classification markings. C, on August 8th, pursuant to a court-authorized search warrant, the FBI recovered from Trump's office and a storage room at the Mar-a-Lago Club 102 more documents with classification markings. As a result, Donald Trump was indicted on 32 counts of violations of the Espionage Act, multiple counts of obstruction, conspiracy to obstruct, withholding documents and records, schemes to conceal, false statements and representations, altering, destroying, mutilating, concealing an object, corruptly altering security camera footage. Relative to John Bolton, there's a 5-year statute of limitations that's about to run in 2025. There was a search warrant that was needed, which means that the Department of Justice presumably made false representations to a judge in order to get a judge to sign that warrant. Search warrant. There has been no arrest warrant issued. John Bolton has not been indicted. The issues around classified information in his book have already been litigated. The Department of Justice, importantly in this case, did not make any request of John Bolton to produce classified information or documents before the FBI raided his house. They made multiple requests of Trump. This is similar to the sandwich guy who threw a sandwich at cops. When they identified him, he offered to turn himself in. The Department of Justice refused and then raided his house with 20 members of federal law enforcement in full tactical gear to take him down with force. This is about intimidation. This is about a show of force. John Bolton is not a continuing, ongoing threat to public safety. Donald Trump, his DOJ, and his FBI are. These are strongman, dictatorial, authoritarian tactics meant to intimidate people, meant to make people afraid, meant to prevent people from speaking out. And so in this video, I will say, fuck you, Donald Trump. Fuck you, Pam Bondi. Fuck you, Kash Patel. I'm speaking out on this, and you guys can go fuck yourselves. If you don't like it, I'm sure you can figure out where my address is. Lastly, I will say, if you are a Trump supporter who supports this kind of bullshit, it's because you're stupid and gullible and easily manipulated, and you like Donald Trump only because he hates the same people that you hate because of your bigotry, racism, misogyny, homophobia, transphobia, ableism, and your bullshit religion that teaches you to hate.
On a sweltering, sticky day, witness federal agents applying the heat to one of Washington's best-known figures. The FBI visiting John Bolton's home, about to box up and take away what may or may not be classified paperwork, in what looks like a personal vendetta between President Trump and one of his harshest critics. John Bolton was the third of Trump's 4 national security advisors during his revolving door first term. The president was known to dislike his walrus moustache, but it was Bolton's constant desire to bomb Iran which marked him out in the president's mind as a crazy foreign policy hawk. In Washington, revenge is often served cold in the form of a tell-all book, and after he was fired, the room where it happened reportedly earned Bolton a $2 million advance. In it, he recalled this historic first meeting with North Korea's dictator, who, by refusing to disarm, denied Trump the Nobel Peace Prize. Trump told me he was prepared to sign a substance-free communique, Bolton wrote, have his press conference to declare victory, and then get out of town. Then this summit in Finland, where not for the last time Trump took Vladimir Putin's point of view. Putin had to be laughing uproariously at what he'd gotten away with in Helsinki, was John Bolton's conclusion.
Obviously the book was already out, it leaked and everything else, but he leaked classified information, so he's got a big problem.
Trump called Bolton a washed-up creepster, a lowlife who should be in jail. And today's FBI search certainly looks like the continuation of this long-running feud. Bolton was dismissive of this meeting in Alaska a week ago, from which Putin escaped any more sanctions over Ukraine. So perhaps the president's fury should come as no surprise.
What Putin now wants to do is use his KGB training to reel Trump back in and get him back on his side.
President Trump's been pretty rude about you in the past. He's called you dumb, he's called you a loser. What advice would you give him today?
Well, I'd probably give him the opposite of what I thought he should do, and so he'd react against it and actually do the right thing. But what he should be doing is telling Putin that if they don't get serious about withdrawing Russian forces from Ukraine, that he will significantly increase U.S. assistance.
This afternoon, the president described himself as America's chief law enforcement officer, all the while denying any involvement in the FBI's raid.
I saw that just like everybody else. I try and stay out of that stuff. I'm allowed to be, and I'm chief law enforcement officer, believe it or not. You know, I don't like to go around saying that, but I am. That's the position. But I purposely don't want to really get involved in it. I'm not a fan of John Bolton. I thought he was a sleazebag, actually.
Trump, who has repeatedly, both in office and out of office, mishandled classified information, for him now to be pursuing John Bolton because allegedly Bolton may have had or shared information of a classified nature is the height of hypocrisy.
Trump loyalists point out that nobody should be above the law. But John Bolton's disloyalty seems to have provoked this federal action against him. This presidency signalling far and wide that criticism is not welcome in the nation's capital.
Yo guys, thank you for watching this video, and tell us what you think about this video in the comment section. If this is your first time of coming across our video, do well to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this to pop up your screen. You all are welcome.